Hey there, I'm Ari from the Tech Buyers Guru, and I've got another product review for you here on the channel today. This time around, I'm checking out the Vont solar-powered outdoor spotlight. And at the outset, I do want to mention this is sponsored content, and I want to thank Amazon and Vont for financially supporting the channel. But as always, this is my honest review based on my actual use of the product. So first things first, the price on this product is incredibly low for what you get. Two of these spotlights in the box for just $26. That includes, of course, the solar panel. You get an 18650 lithium ion cell inside, and you also get a 16 LED array. So there's a lot of value packed in here. Now, I've used a lot of solar outdoor products over the years, and they've performed sometimes really well and sometimes not so well. And part of the problem is going to be whether or not the solar panel is adequately sized to power the device. And Vont does equip this light with an amply sized solar panel on the back, but keep in mind this is not motion activated, it's light activated. So as soon as the sun goes down, this is going to turn on and stay on as long as the battery can supply power or until the sun rises, whichever comes first. And that's going to be an issue in some areas and some seasons. That's something that I've experienced with a lot of my solar powered products. Previously on the channel, I reviewed a Ring solar powered security camera, and I found that depending on the season, it really doesn't work that well. And a lot of folks will write about that highly rated product and say it doesn't work. And you might wonder, well, what's wrong with that person? Like, they don't know how to use it. It completely depends on where you mount it and what season it is. For instance, my Ring cameras work perfectly during the summer, and even though I don't change the location of the solar panel, they don't work at all in the winter. They need to be charged manually indoors using a USB charger. There's no option for that here. So in the winter, you may find that you just don't get enough solar incidence on this panel to make it function. So with that out of the way, let me talk about some of the other features you get here. You have 16 LEDs mounted in the front of this spotlight, and they're arranged in such a way as to provide a wide beam of light. LEDs are inherently unidirectional, and not surprisingly, Vont actually started business as a bicycle light manufacturer. LEDs are really good at giving you that headlight feel, right? But that's not necessarily what you want in your yard. And what they've done here is position these different LEDs at different angles and with different reflectors so that you do get a wide cast light, even with LEDs that don't cast light widely inherently. Another nice feature is an adjustable stand that requires no tools to change the angle. You can do that on the fly outside. You also have screw mounts attached right here, and you have the ability to use the screws included in the box if you want to attach it to the wall. I should mention that that's a little bit risky because you may not know if the product's going to function in terms of the solar charging capability in that location until you've left it out there for a few days, and you may have mounted it 10 feet high on your garage or on your shed, and then you find, oh, it's not working at all for me. So I would probably suggest that this is better used in a lawn or garden with the included spike because it's going to be easier to change it around and change the location. And you'll experience less frustration, frankly, because if you have to get on a ladder every time you reposition this, you'll get really annoyed at it really fast. So how did it actually work in practice? Well, I put it out in my yard to illuminate a path, trees, and other vegetation, and I found it was fantastic. On the very first night out, I took this out around 6 p.m., so around sunset, and it stayed lit in low power mode for an honest to goodness 12 hours, which is what Vont claims. I came back out at 6 a.m., it was still lit up. So it was fantastic in that regard. It cast a very wide light. It was a really pleasant light and illuminated the area both for safety and aesthetic purposes. The one thing that I did notice that it cast a lot of light down, which is good for path lighting, but not so good for aesthetic illumination of vegetation. So keep that in mind. You really do have to point it up quite a bit to, say, illuminate a tree, which may cause some problems for your solar panel's direction vis-a-vis the sun. Now, the next day was very cloudy, overcast the whole day, and I picked up basically no charge. So the next night, when the sun set, it was very, very low powered and died quickly, within a few hours. This was entirely expected, and it's just part of the deal. Luckily, the next day was partly sunny, and I was able to get about half a night's worth of charge, so I have no doubt that on a sunny day, you could fully top off the battery. Now, the one thing that I wish that Vont would add to this that probably wouldn't be that expensive is a timer function. So in addition to having a low and high setting that run until empty, something like a 6-hour timer would be really good, because a lot of folks won't need aesthetic outdoor lighting all night long, but maybe want it from 6 until midnight. And that would allow you to get, say, twice as much battery life out of a single solar charge as you do currently with the design that Vont has implemented here, where you just have the option of a low power and a high power mode. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic deal. It's definitely worth a purchase if you want some outdoor lighting and are willing to experiment a little bit with positioning of the light vis-a-vis both the sun and the area you want illuminated. So there are always going to be limitations there, but for my purposes, it worked out perfectly. Now, if you want to illuminate your house and hide this in the bushes, no, it's not going to work for you. You need something that's plugged in, essentially. No solar power device is going to work. But if you can put this out in the open in an area where it also casts light that's desirable for your implementation, it could be perfect for you. And the price is really hard to beat. Again, 2 of these for 26 bucks. Now, if you have any questions or comments about the video, definitely post them down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. And as always, I'm Ari from the Tech Buyers Guru, and I will catch you next time.